We have built quite a lot of MVPs in the past 3 years. Some of them were unsuccessful and some of them were very, very successful. So I have some understanding, I have some idea that what makes an MVP successful and what makes something unsuccessful. So in this video, I'm going to go over all of those ideas, all of those points, that what you should consider when you are going to build your own MVP. So the first one, don't go for custom stuff. In the first version of your MVP, you don't need to have a very custom version of authentication. Authentication can take very, very long time. And if you're just building an MVP, just go for some existing solution. Go for Firebase or Amplify or Kind or Auth0. They are all battle tested authentication systems. They are very, very good to keep your application secure, and you will not be able to build even 90% of their capabilities in like 1 month, right? They are products of their own. So don't go for custom stuff, especially authentication. And same goes for storage solutions as well. There are a lot of storage solutions, like we mostly use AWS's S3 buckets. So if we just go ahead and build our own servers and build our own file systems, it will take us a lot of time, and the storage will still not be as secure as S3. So the key point is, don't go for custom solutions. Try to use as many available services as possible. The next one, try to reuse as much of out of the box UI as possible. Like there are some libraries now like ShadCN, and ShadCN has a lot of components built and available out of the box. You don't need to create the redundant UIs like profile section, the dashboards, the listing, all of that stuff. So try to use as much of reusable components and existing codebase open source tools as possible in your MVPs, because at the end of the day, what you are trying to do with the MVP is validate your idea. You don't right now, in the early days, you don't care about building your own MVP's brand identity, right? I mean, if you do care about that, then you can just theme the application, just theme the existing components, but you don't need to worry much about building your own custom components while building MVPs, because building very, very small components, your own custom styled buttons, icons, headers, it can take a lot of time, and as an MVP this should not be your focus. The third one is, don't stuff your product with features. When you are launching an MVP, users are trying to get familiar with this new name, the name of your product. They are trying to familiarize themselves that what your product does. Now if your product is doing 20 different things, then it will be really hard to stand out. So try to solve one or two or three different problems with your product. So let's say if your product is basically um, to schedule meetings with clients, let's say Calendly. Now Calendly does one thing very, very perfectly. It books meetings. It does nothing else. But let's say if Calendly also used to handle the clients as well. It also used to keep record of all of your previous meetings. It also used to suggest you similar clients that you can have meetings with. It also tried to add lead generation or prospect generation capabilities into their products. Then Calendly would not have been as popular as it is today, because right now Calendly performs one functionality and it does that very, very well. Okay, so as an MVP, try to keep your product as simple as possible. Don't stuff your product with too many features. It's going to be very, very hard for the user to understand what your product actually does. Now another thing that people get caught up while building MVPs is adding integrations of third-party services. Now that is good. That is a huge market. Like let's say if someone uses Salesforce, then there is a huge market. A lot of companies use Salesforce as well. So you can build a tool, you can build a small SaaS product, especially for Salesforce. But then you will realize that, okay, if someone is using Salesforce, then maybe someone is also using some other similar tool, maybe HubSpot. So you also try to add integration with HubSpot. And then you think, okay, someone might be using ClickUp. So you add integration for ClickUp. And then you are in that infinite cycle of adding integrations of tens of hundreds of third-party services that your product, that your users might not even know about. So instead of that, try to find your target market, try to find a set of users and ask them what they are looking for. Ask them that if you add capabilities, integrations with the service that they are using, Will they use your product? And if they agree, then integrate that product into your solution. Your MVP do not have to be shipped on the day one with hundreds of integrations. You can do like 5 integrations, and then if someone else requests at the integration, then you can just prioritize that and just ship that one in 1 week. Your users will love that. They will love that you are taking care of their requests in such fast manner. Now, if you're building MVP, your main purpose is idea validation. And what do you need for idea validation? Analytics. So make sure your MVPs have analytics. Make sure you are tracking each and every movement. You are tracking each and every interaction of the users with your product. Okay, so Firebase Analytics is a very good tool for it. If you have some key buttons in your application, if your onboarding flow is very complex, then try to add relevant event tracking points throughout that onboarding flow. Try to add relevant event trackings in important buttons on your application, and see if users are actually trying to click on those buttons or not. If users are not clicking on those buttons, then you might need to refactor or rethink your user experience. So analytics are one of the key components. Try to add analytics in your MVPs and closely observe what the users are doing with the products. Now, if you are building analytics, you need a way to visualize those analytics. You need a way to monitor your users. You need a way to onboard new users or offboard some users. And how do you do that? You do that via some dashboards. Now, one mistake that everyone does is they try to make custom dashboards that match their brand needs. But why do you need to do that? Dashboards are only for you as the product owner. You as the founder of the product is going to just go on the dashboard and manage some users. So don't try to design custom UI for it. It is going to take the developers so much time to develop that, make that pixel perfect, and it's going to take you so much time to come up with a good user experience for dashboard as well. What we do on our side is we use some existing out of the box and open source dashboard templates to build dashboards for MVPs, and even for already existing like Core UI, Devious Kit Pro. And then there is this Next.js and Chat Scene template that we use. I will place the link somewhere in the description. So use that. That is the one that we are using a lot these days in most of our projects, and it's great. So use existing open source dashboard templates, and if you really like that, then definitely go ahead and donate some amount to those templates and those open source projects so the maintainers can keep maintaining them. Now, another thing that almost everyone ignores is be the customer support of your users. Don't hesitate in talking to the users and asking for feedback. Ask them what feature they will need to have in the application, and that will make them keep using the application on daily basis, and integrate that feature. When we launched Track Your Subs, we asked users, we were posting about it multiple times on our socials. So we got a lot of requests, and one of the requests we were getting a lot is people would like to tag the subscriptions they were adding to Track Your Subs. So what we did was we implemented that feature. It took us like a week and a half, and we launched that feature right away. And then another request that we got was support for multiple currencies. Now we already had that feature in mind, but that was like a complex feature. And since Track Your Subs was not a paid application, we were thinking of a way we could skip that. But then after receiving so many requests, we integrated that feature. We integrated the support for multiple currencies in Track Your Subs. It took us like another, I think, week or 2 weeks, and the feature was live. And like even right now, I'm using Track Your Subs on daily basis to track all of my subscriptions. Without that feature, it was even harder for me to use the application. But I'm so glad we listened to the users. So listen to your users, see what they are saying, and implement those features right away. Now, another important thing is not everything needs AI. If you think your product can leverage AI and can provide value to your users, then sure, go ahead and add integration with AI. But if you think it's not possible and you are just adding AI as a gimmick, then you are actually just overstuffing your application. In the last few months, we have seen some people coming up to us with their ideas, and their idea was seemingly very simple and kind of redundant, but their key selling point was AI. They said since their product has AI and the existing solutions do not have AI, That is why their solution is good. And I could totally see that that is not the case. Even if you add AI to your product, it's not providing any value to the user. It's not solving any problem at all. So don't think of AI as the savior. You might be able to raise some funds by slapping AI on the product landing page, but ultimately, the product is not going to be successful if it's not solving someone's actual needs. So these were some of the learnings we had in the past 3 years, building MVPs for the customers, launching some of our own products, and seeing what trends make some products successful and what trends make some products unsuccessful. If you think you like these suggestions, or if you think I missed something, or if you have a contradictory opinion on something, feel free to drop that in the comments down below and I will be more than happy to help. My name is Hashir Baig. I'm running a software company of engineers and designers, and we help people build their MVPs and design their products, build their products, and launch them to the market as well. If you like to work with me, then drop me a message on LinkedIn and I will be more than happy to connect. If you like this video and if you think we should create more videos like this, then drop a comment down below, like this video, share it with your friends, and drop any suggestions that you have in the comments down below. Thank you.